Next thing comes the women. We're going to take your rights away, just like we're taking X, Y, and Z, because there'll be nothing you can do.
Matt Walsh just makes Whoopi Goldberg look like an idiot. Actually, no, she can make herself look like an idiot all on her own, but he points it out. Let's laugh at it together, guys. Whoopi's talking about voting rights, and let me tell you, she's got the most insane take on voting rights that I've ever heard. Hey guys, this is Isabella Moody with Resist the Mainstream. Make sure that you like today's video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it.
Yesterday to call for legislation protecting voting rights. Let's just play a little bit of this footage here. You can see you can see them and they're singing a little gospel hymn here. Oh, look, is that a pastor with a rainbow shawl?
How is there a pastor wearing a rainbow shawl? Oh my gosh. What an embarrassment and just blasphemy.
Or whatever that is. Not going to let no filibuster turn me around, they're singing. And I'm informed by Twitter that they also they're on a hunger strike, which it looks like for a few of them that might actually benefit them. So.
Yeah, honestly, most people would benefit from a hunger strike. Let's be real.
That isn't a bad idea. You got them singing and chanting for voting rights. Meanwhile, they have it. They have all the voting rights in the world. Every single person there protesting, going on a hunger strike for voting rights, they all have it. Someone just needs to walk down those steps and say, hey, guys, good news. You can all vote. Wow, does that mean that the voting rights law was passed? No. You've had this right literally your whole life. So just go. You're fine. Go. This is how desperate people are to tell themselves that they're in some sort of struggle, that they're suffering when they're not really. Desperate to be victims, of course.
And that's exactly it. People nowadays are just so thirsty to be victims. How embarrassing. Isn't it embarrassing when someone pities you? Why would you want to feel that? I don't get it. I don't relate with that mentality whatsoever, and I bet none of you guys do either.
Desperate to be oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopi Goldberg over at The View, she says that that as bad as it is now with voting rights, and no one can explain what the problem is or how anyone's being prevented from voting, she says that this current phantom attack on voting rights will only lead to even scarier phantoms in the future.
Ooh.
Listen to this.
This is part of the big plan. This is part of the big plan to control what happens in America. I believe what happens in America. If you take those voting rights away, people are going to be so angry, but there'll be nothing they can do about it because we're in charge. Next thing comes the women. We're going to take your rights away, just like we're taking X, Y, and Z, because there'll be nothing you can do. This country seemingly, or many people in it, seemingly want to be manipulated.
I was going to say to destroy it.
Well, I don't know if they realize that it will be destructive. Because listen, when we talk about anti-Semitism and we talk about Anne Frank and we can't teach what happened to black people and there's all kinds of stuff that's.
Who is saying that we can't teach what happened to black people? That's all we hear about. All we hear about is what happened to black people and what happened to the Jews during the Holocaust. That's all we hear about. I'm not saying we shouldn't hear about it, but the idea that we don't is insane, okay? Yes, we must understand our history and the shortcomings and the bad things that have happened in world history. It is important that we are aware of that, but trust me, it is overplayed.
Suddenly starting to disappear now. That is being sort of called that's just you whining. That's just you saying this is happening to me.
You got to take away the women's voting rights. That's what she thinks. As I said,
I support that.
I have not advocated for taking women's voting rights away. I haven't heard anyone advocate for that seriously. as you know, I am in favor of removing voting rights from lots of people and probably everybody on The View, but not specifically based on gender or race, just based on how stupid they are. And that's why, you know, certainly the bar that we would set, even if it was a 5th grade civics exam, that would exclude everybody on The View. But, you know, then again, since she raised the point, I mean, I'm not the one who brought this up, but she brought it up about taking voting rights away from women. Again, I'm not in favor of that. But when I watch The View for even a moment, you do start to think maybe there's an argument. Like, the best argument for taking voting rights away from women is actually The View. So that's kind of the irony here. But that's not what it's about. And as you know, I'm a voice in the wilderness crying out. Nobody else is talking about removing voting rights from anybody. That is just not, that's not a thing that's happening. But this is what the Democrats are focused on. This is what Joe Biden is focused on. Joe Biden, who has just completed what I think we can say without exaggeration is the worst first year of any president in American history. And his approval ratings are plummeting. Now they're at the last I saw, what was it, 32 or 33%? And this is what people in this country are facing, a lot of practical problems in their lives, real problems. Inflation is a real problem. The price of milk and bread, these are real problems that affect your everyday life. Price of gasoline is a real problem. But Democrats are all fighting mythical dragons, slaying the monster that wants to take voting rights away. Totally imaginary.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Walsh is exactly correct there. Democrats are constantly accusing Republicans of doing things that they don't even want to do. Like, I wish Republicans wanted to take away some voting rights. Okay, that would be great. Because guess what? Not everyone is smart enough to vote. Okay? Most people aren't. Let's be real. And so I wish, but no. Republicans are too soft and Democrats are just too insane. That's just the cold hard truth. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.